U.S. President Donald Trump has now dropped a bombshell on the reflecting pool controversy ahead of the midterm elections. As workers tear up damaged material and continue repairs at the drained landmark, new signs surrounding the pool are pointing fingers at past administrations, alleging they neglected the iconic site for more than a century. The notice by the U.S. Department of the Interior read, and I quote, "Since 1922, prior administrations have neglected this iconic national landmark, evidenced most recently by more than half of the pool pipes being clogged and the sidewalks and granite coping stones being filthy dirty. The reflecting pool will remain drained while this work proceeds so that it can truly reflect the beauty, dignity, and grandeur of our nation's capital." The Trump administration's move comes after court filings on Wednesday claimed that a National Park Service engineer warned the Trump administration about the floor of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool peeling in early June due to the renovation process and the materials used for the job. The Trump administration had fast-tracked a renovation of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool ahead of the nation's 4th of July celebrations at a cost of about $14.7 million. Within weeks, an algae bloom developed and material at the bottom of the pool started peeling off. According to an NBC report, the Park Service engineer alerted the administration to the peeling issue in an email sent June 11th, which the U.S. Attorney's Office included in a court filing. Prosecutors claimed they were not aware of or in possession of documentation that the Interior Department had of installation problems. Trump has repeatedly accused multiple vandals of destroying the pool, particularly taking aim at former Olympian Dave Hearn, who was charged over the damage. But in a stunning court reversal, federal prosecutor Jeanine Pirro dropped the charges last month, inviting the president's anger.
But these monuments look better than they did when they were originally built. Not just a little fix-up. We made them the way they were, plus. And everyone's so proud. The biggest, one of the bigger jobs was, not really the biggest, believe it or not, but one of the biggest was the reflecting pool. And we did a great job. We sandblasted the stone outside. It was granite, so it has a long life. We did a great job. We got very expensive material to put on top of the surface that always leaked because it was stone. It was a stone surface. Always leaked. And we put it on, and it was beautiful. Now, we have photographs or tapes, like moving cameras, right? We have them where people are on the side cutting it with a box knife. Now, I'm not saying I was 100% thrilled with the contractor, but the contractor was rushing. We wanted to get it open for July 4th, and we got it done. But in addition, there was vandalism. We did a great job. We sandblasted the stone outside. It was granite, so it has a long life. Anyway, it looked beautiful. And then they cut it, and they vandalized. And we weren't necessarily thrilled with the contractor, but they did a job, and they were fixing any problems. But then it got carried away because the judge was extremely unfriendly to Jeanine. And frankly, I think she choked because the judge was really vicious. Instead of going after the people that did it, the judge went after her and went after her department. And I guess she choked. And we put it on, and it was beautiful. Now, we have photographs, or we essentially use a very high-grade swimming pool type material, which was my idea. I was very proud of that idea. And by the way, I didn't know the contractor. Everyone said the contractor. I didn't know the contractor. But when it was completed, it was perfect. And I was disappointed with Jeanine Pirro, really disappointed with Jeanine Pirro. She folded like an umbrella, and people get away with things, and it's a disgrace. But we're very proud of Lafayette Park. Now we have a big decision to make. Do we take the pavers that are red, the red brick pavers, and do we change them into a granite? It's a gray granite, they're beautiful. but they're not the original.
According to the Daily Beast report, Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Pence, who works alongside Pirro, defended the dropping of charges against Hearn. Pence said, and I quote, "The engineer's June 11th warning about peeling liner had cast significant doubt that the defendant, Hearn, caused damage to the lining. This information, that the piece of liner peeled by the defendant was overspray of little or no value, was first furnished to the prosecutors weeks after the grand jury indicted the defendant. This would sabotage the government's ability to meet its burden of proof against Hearn, which is why the charges were dropped." Trump's reflecting pool project is facing fresh legal scrutiny after a nonprofit organization asked a federal judge for emergency access to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool.
A fresh legal battle is unfolding over one of America's most iconic landmarks. Donald Trump's reflecting pool project is now facing renewed scrutiny as a nonprofit organization races to preserve what it says could be crucial evidence before ongoing repairs permanently change the site. According to Radar Online, the Cultural Landscape Foundation has asked a federal judge to grant emergency access to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool while it remains drained for repairs. Court documents show the foundation wants attorneys, investigators, and experts to temporarily inspect and photograph the exposed basin before repair work is completed and the pool is filled with water again. The foundation argues that the drained basin presents a unique but temporary opportunity to document its current condition, warning that once repairs are finished, potentially important evidence could be lost permanently. Rather than requesting broad discovery, the organization says it is only seeking limited access to preserve evidence it believes is central to its ongoing lawsuit against the project. The lawsuit challenges the National Park Service's resurfacing of the reflecting pool, alleging federal officials failed to carry out the required historic preservation and environmental review procedures before moving ahead with the work. Foundation CEO Charles Birnbaum told Radar Online that the organization wants to independently document the reflecting pool's condition. He also claimed the required review process was not followed before work began, calling that issue the heart of the lawsuit. The U.S. Department of Justice has pushed back, asking the court to dismiss the case. Government attorneys argue neither the foundation nor Birnbaum has legal standing to pursue the lawsuit and maintain that the National Park Service followed an authorized, streamlined review process. The dispute comes after the reflecting pool was drained again following reported problems with the resurfacing project. With repairs still underway, the foundation says time is running out to preserve the evidence it believes is essential. The case is now pending before U.S. District Judge Carl J. Nichols.